lately, and this has probably always been true, but it's been something that I think has just been reported on more lately. We have been seeing an absolute rash of news stories about schools and oftentimes elementary schools secretly transitioning kids without telling their parents. And then the parents find out about it and they're like, what the what? And so I've been reporting on a couple of these lately. In fact, if you subscribe to my Actively Unwoke Substack, which is Carlyn, Karlyn, .substack.com. Let me just put a little ticker banner in the bottom here so you guys can remember to subscribe to it. Please subscribe to it, guys. It is free to subscribe to it. So it doesn't cost you anything. You're going to get almost daily news coverage of what I think are the most important unwoke stories that you need to know about. I really try to curate all of the nonsense and the outrage and the clickbait content. We only do nuanced content on my Substack where I'm showing you receipts, I'm explaining things, I'm really breaking down the woke ideology for you. So it's a great place to start, especially if you are a little bit newer to this whole scenario. But there are a couple stories that I covered last week on the Substack that I want to bring to your attention. Number one was this one right here about a New York teacher in elementary school being sued for secretly transitioning a 10-year-old. And what I do in this article is I actually show you the lawsuit. I break down the lawsuit. So you're looking directly at what has actually been filed in court. I'm just going to turn down my volume a little because I feel like I'm a little bit loud right now. And so we talk about that. So that's pretty disturbing, right? This is a 10-year-old kid who what happened in this, to give you the too long didn't read version, is this teacher started using male pronouns and a male name to refer to a female student. And this was going on for like months. And it really confused the student to the point where the student ended up in the school psychologist office. And why there's a school psychologist in elementary school, that is a whole other problem for a whole other day. That's social emotional learning. But when the kid went to the school psychologist office, the child was talking about harming themselves, basically, because this teacher had so gotten in their heads. And the school did not report to the parents what was going on until the child was already in the school psychologist's office threatening to harm themselves because they were so confused about their gender identity as a result of this teacher calling them male name and male pronouns for months and months and months without bothering to tell the parents. So that's a story I reported on last week. Another story I reported on, and this is an ongoing series that I'm working on, is we have access to a series of webinars that were hosted by the Michigan Department of Education. No, that is not Daniel Tosh. This is a trainer hired by the Michigan Department of Education and has also been hired by several schools in Michigan. And we have access to all of the videos from last year's training series that this person put on. And this is a direct quote from one of those videos that we watched last week. This person said schools don't have a legal obligation to tell parents that a student goes by a different name and pronouns. That is the official policy of the Michigan Department of Education. It is a policy that they've cleared with the lawyers that the Michigan Department of Education has hired to inform them on what to tell teachers in schools around the state of Michigan. So that means if you have school-age kids in Michigan, this is the policy that they're going to be going by. And in fact, in the webinar that we watched last week, and you're welcome to head over to my Substack and see the videos for yourself, because I do actually break down the videos and I show you kind of like the highlight reel of what's going on in this training. And in one of those videos, they actually talk about, we've got parent-teacher conferences coming up. And if we have parent-teacher conferences, are we telling the parents the names and the pronouns that kids are going by in school? And the answer was no. The answer is you talk to the student and the student will tell you what to tell their parents, because we have to protect the privacy rights of the students. And so you have to ask the student permission in order to tell their parents what name and pronouns they're going by in school. So that's Michigan. Now, what we're going to look at today is a story from Colorado. Another one. Colorado elementary school is exposed for secretly transitioning a student as damning leaked internal emails reveal administrator telling assistant principal to lie to parents. I did a podcast about this today. We're going to walk through the article and we're going to talk about it. And I do want to give a shout out to this person right here. She is Erin for Parents on Twitter. And she is the person that actually exposed what was going on. So shout out to Erin. Great job. We may also look at another one. Parents slam teachers who secretly allowed their daughter to transition and use the boys' restroom before she ran away into the arms of an online groomer. And this is a 14-year-old in this case. Isn't that nice? We've also got some policy documents pulled up from Colorado. This is actually the guidance for educators working with transgender students in the state of Colorado. So we're going to take a look at that. And this is out of that school district in Colorado, LGBTQIA plus terminology and definition. And I got this again from Erin for Parents on Twitter. So that's really great work. We'll take a look at that. And then if we have some time, we're going to do a little bit of a deep dive. We're going to do a schools exposed deep dive into the school district in Colorado on their diversity and equity page. And we're just going to see what comes up. We're going to see what files we can find. We're going to see what they've got hidden on there. And we're just going to take a look at it. And we're going to do that basically for the rest of the stream. We're going to go about till 6:45 tonight. And we're just going to see what we find. But guys, welcome to the stream again. If you like the work I'm doing and you want to support it, the very best way to support it right now is by becoming a paid subscriber on my Substack. So here's the deal. I want to keep all of the articles on my Substack, to include the deep dives into the Michigan Department of Education, to include talking about the Burlington, Vermont schools trainings that they're doing, to include Robin DiAngelo, to include talking about the New York teacher in elementary school getting sued. And by the way, some of these are stories you're not going to hear anywhere else because no one else is covering them. I cover a lot of unique content on my channel and in this Substack that is quite literally not covered anywhere else on the internet. I'm showing you what's really going on in schools. I'm breaking it down for you. I'm explaining it. I'm showing you where you can find this information. But the thing of it is that I'm completely funded by you. So I only get paid for the immense amount of hours that I spend doing this if you find my work valuable. Now, I have a challenge this month. I want to bring in 75 new paying subscribers to my actively Unwoke Substack. Now, if you don't want to join on my Substack, there are other ways you can support my work. You can go over to activelyunwoke.com/support, make a one-time gift. You can become a paying member of my locals community. You can become a paying member of my Patreon. But the reason that I'm focusing so much on Substack is because I want Substack to be my content base moving forward. It's an extremely robust platform. I appreciate the value that it offers me in order to be able to break down these stories and give this information to you. But I need people to step up to the plate and to fund the work I'm doing. And if I do not get 75 new paying subscribers this month on my Substack, then what is going to happen is I'm going to be putting up a paywall on my Substack to encourage people to financially support the work I'm doing. I don't want to do that. All right? I don't want to have to put up a paywall. But in order to accommodate that, I need people to step up. And I'm going to be honest. You know, I was pretty pleased that we actually started the month 10 subscribers ahead of where I needed to be. And now I don't see people stepping up. And so I'm not trying to guilt trip anyone, but I am saying that this stuff takes an incredible amount of time for me to do. When I do a breakdown like I do with Michigan, like I do with the Burlington, Vermont schools, like I did with this elementary school, like I did especially with this article exposing the groomer training in Michigan, this article took me about 10 hours to put together because of all the clips I need to edit, because of how I need to break things down and teach them. And this all takes time. And if you want this to continue and you want to continue to have access to it, then I need people to step up and become paying subscribers. Because if I don't hit the goals that I have, I'm going to have to go spend time doing other things. The only way that I really have to say, does the world value my content? Does the world value what I'm putting out there? Do people appreciate the immense amount of work it goes into finding this content, watching this content, breaking the content down, writing it up, editing it, sharing the videos, all this stuff? Do you guys appreciate it? Well, the only way I have to tell that is if you step up and financially support it. And I'm a little bit behind right now. I'm not going to lie. And I don't like that. So I would like to get back to a place where I'm on track to hit the goals that I need to hit in order to keep doing this on a full-time basis. And I can only do that with your help. So again, please head over to Carlyn, Karlyn.substack.com/subscribe. Sign up for $5 a month, sign up for $50 a year. You can sign up for more if you want to. Of course, I always appreciate that. And when you sign up and support my work, I will be inviting you to members only perks to include 2 Zoom calls every single week that are private, that are unrecorded. We have our next one at 7 o'clock tonight. So if you sign up on this stream, what you're going to be able to do is to go into this Unwoke Roundup email. And what you need to do is go all the way down to the bottom of the email. And under this red box, under supporter perks, you're going to find Zoom links to our supporter calls that are happening tonight at 7 p.m., that are happening on Wednesday at noon. We also have Bitchcraft coming up this weekend, which is an open Zoom call to be able to just connect and craft and what have you. That's going to be on Saturday at 3 p.m. We also have movie night weekly on Sundays. We're doing a poll this week to find out which movie we're watching. I think some Irish movies are in the poll. I don't remember exactly what movies they're putting up, but we do movie night every single Sunday. Now, if you cannot financially support me right now, because I do see a few people in the chat going, I really wish I could financially support you, but I just can't right now. Well, then what I need you guys to do is to share my content. I need you to share my videos. I need you to share my articles. I need you to post them on your Twitters, on your Facebooks, on your Instagrams, on your TikToks, whatever. It doesn't really matter to me what platform you're posting them on. And I don't want to hear any excuses. I don't want to hear, I don't have a platform, Carlyn. Well, I don't believe that. You have some people in your platform, even if you've only got a couple. Sharing still helps. Sharing is the number one thing that people can do if they can't financially support my work. And I really appreciate the help, guys. But again, I can't continue to do this if people aren't going to step up. I don't know how else I can emphasize this. This takes a lot of my time, and I want to be able to spend the time doing this. But if the support isn't there, then the support isn't there. And it would make me really, really sad to have to give this up. It would make me really, really sad to go, you know what? It just seems as though people don't value the work I'm doing, and that's just going to be the way it is. And I got to go do consulting or other things. It would make me really sad to come to that conclusion. This is what I want to be doing, but I can't do it without your help. And so you guys got to step up, and that's just the way it's going to be. Connie says, tip jar, I'm new here. Bot told me to do this. Oh, great. One of Bot's friends. All right. Well, welcome, Connie. We're really glad you're here.